wa mwanamke ni jikoni. Lakini je, ushawahi kujiuliza kuwa pale jikoni unaweza kuchakula kile kama kitega uchumi? Leo hii mpenzi mtazamaji, tutaungana naye Nasrine Jackson ambaye kazi yake ni upishi wa kujitegemea na kuuza chakula chake kule nje. Na kulingana na wateja wake wanasema kuwa chakula hicho kinaonja vizuri mpaka unajiramba vidole. Naomba ungane nami kuanzia sasa hadi tamati ili upate motisha, ufaidike na wewe hapo nje, kwani kawaida hashtag yetu ni marufuku kukata tamaa. Mimi nafahamika kama Rukia Muhammad, karibu. How did your journey start?
My journey started in 2006. After 2006, after my mom's death, so I started having that interest in cooking. So I managed to hit it out in 2008. Yes, so I founded the place in 2008.
Which was your first dish that you started off?
The first dish I started making was popcorns. I started with spicy popcorns, whereby I used to buy sachets and buy the seeds and then marinate the popcorns and actually supply them to schools and to the kiosks and the shops.
Did you have orders at that time, or you were the one who went?
I was actually fending for myself, so I had no orders, but the quantity I used to make used to finish. Yes, and I also started making chutney at the same time. So my chutney was most vulnerable out there, and May enjoyed my chutney. Yes.
Is cooking your passion?
Cooking is my passion. I love to give and I love to serve. And cooking is all about giving and serving. You have to have a passion of doing everything. If you don't have a passion of cooking and if you don't have a passion for the kitchen, then you can't be in the kitchen. So it's always been my passion to serve the rest and to serve to my best.
Your first day of vending out to people and convincing them to buy your popcorns, how was it like?
Oh, okay. First of all, you have to be, you see, when you're a cook or a chef, you have to be clean, you have to be neat, and you have to be verbal, conversant with the environment around. So you have to go out there and market. So all I did is pack my things well, clean up myself, do a prayer to God, and I just hit out marketing. And I ended up selling like 30 pieces, you know. Each was 10 shillings, there was for 20, there was for 30. So I remember I ended up making 2,000 bob that day.
That day?
Yes.
So that was the outcome?
Yes. That's
what was the most beautiful part of that day?
The most beautiful part is actually talking to different kind of people. You meet different kind of people. There are people who need corn, who need fried corn, and there are people who don't need fried corn. So the moment you get people who need the fried corn, and the challenges are, most of it they enjoyed, and most of it were like they have this toothache and they have cavity, so they could not take maize. Yes.
And how does your family support you, your friends, your relatives? How do they support you? Especially when you told them that you're gonna be a food vendor.
Okay, most of the people, I don't get support from many, but I get lots of support from my daughter. I get lots of support from my very good customers who keep on ordering from me, and they support me real good. Yes, my daughter and my customers.
Mm-hmm. How do you handle a lot of clients? How do you handle them?
Okay, the much I've handled is 2,000
per day
customers.
Wow.
That was a tender that I did for a day. So 2,000 customers, and the serving was samosas, mahamris, and katlis with tea. So I tend to handle mostly 2,000 customers, 100 very well.
How was the experience for you?
Your quantity has to be okay. You have to be, there's so many people, yes, you have to know how to handle them. It's a challenge, but I managed it. You have to go here and there, and I did it all alone. Yes, so making like plenty of like more than 4,000 samosas with my daughter, 2 or 3 days, and then having that sort of challenge, and then serving them. Transport was my challenge. Yes, because you don't want the food to get mashed. Yeah.
Where did you get your cooking skills from?
Praises be to Allah. My mother. My mother was a fantastic cook. My mother, Nasrine Jackson, was a fantastic cook. So whenever she used to be in the kitchen cooking, and she used to always call me, Nasrine, do this, Nasrine, do that, and I used to peep.
At what age were you at that time?
I was very young.
Wow.
I was, say, 8, 9, 10 years old. Yes, I used to join my mom in the kitchen all the time. Yes. So my skills come from my mom. And through that, I went to a small college where I practiced how to do some ingredient mixings. And yes.
Mm-hmm. How many dishes do you prepare per day?
For customers or myself?
For your clients.
Oh, for my customers, it depends with the menu, the kind of menu. Like we have a special menu every Monday. Depends with how many clients we have. Like in a day, I can have 20 clients, or I can have 15 clients, and it depends what they want. So depending with the menu, suppose I have rice and mincemeat, and there are like 10 people who want rice and mincemeat, so that's a good thing. So it depends with the menu and the quality, the quantity and the quality of the customers who are ordering. So my menu is different.
So on Monday you have a different menu. On
Yes.
Tuesday you
depending
have a different menu.
with my customers.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Because you're working for them.
Yes. Oh, I can deal with more than 10 customers for sure. More than 10 customers, or even more than 15 customers. I've thought of not working in a hotel, but I would like to open my place and work from there. Yes, I would like to do that.
And do you cook alone, or do you hire people so that they can help you, especially when you get lots of orders from clients or customers?
Okay, I prefer doing it alone, because if I get a customer order from many customers, say I get from 50 customers, I prefer doing it alone. I prepare myself, cutting the things. I start with that myself, and it has to be a day in advance so that I can prepare myself. Yes, so it's a hard time, but I managed to do it. Yes, I do it by myself. I have nobody who helps me. Only my daughter. She comes along when I have a big order.
Yeah, mashallah. So do you have a menu, first of all?
I do have a menu. I have 3 types of menu. I have Ashana's Food Skaters breakfast menu. I have a lunch menu, and I have homemade cave, yeah, whereby you can come and actually I can teach you how to make samosas in the house, and all the foods that you're interested to learn. So basically, that is my menu. So people choose. Whenever I go to my customers, I carry my breakfast menu. So in case I have an order from Madam Aisha, I have like 7 mahamris. I take it for her. And then the next day she will want samosas. So she will want to know how much. Yes. So she would take a photocopy of this, or I would prefer to give a copy, and then it would be easier for her to call me and say, Nasrine, I want 6 samosas, veg for 40 shillings, so I would be able to refer on mine.
How long did it take? Did it take a day for you to come up with it?
No, it takes a lot of time, because you have to research. You have to go to places.
Your research depends on your customers.
Yes, my research depends on my customers, and my research also depends on the ingredients that I use. So according to the ingredients that I use, that's the time I put the price. But you might find the more ingredients I use, the more it should be on the higher side. But according to what I eat outside, less ingredients, no taste, and a lot of money. So I opt to put mine just favorable for people's pockets.
I believe there are lots of food vendors out there. So what makes you unique?
First of all, you have to have customer care. You have to know your customer very well. You have to have etiquette, customer etiquette. Yes, and if you give your customer good service, definitely they will come back to you. And I think good service is the best thing. And I don't go copying what others do. I do it my way, because if you copy others, then you will miss something in it. Yes, so you have to have your way of doing your things. Yes.
Because there are lots of competition.
Yes, yes. So you have to have your unique way. If someone gives free cabbage, I will give my marinated chutney with cabbage on top, and there are people who enjoy chili, and then maybe put a half a banana. Yes.
How did you start off? How much did you use on your first day?
I didn't use much, by the way. Starting with popcorns, I used like how much? In fact, starting with chutney, let me tell you, I think I spent like 300 or 400 shillings, frankly speaking, because I bought seeds, 1 packet, and then I went and bought sachets. At that time, there were plastic bags, and then big and small, that was costing how much? 50 plus 65, the different sizes. And I had bottles of chutney. So chili was a chili this size, all packed in. Chili was 50 shillings. And then I buy ginger, garlic, onions, and all the herbs. And then I make like 3 bottles. So 3 bottles, 350, 350, 350. And then popcorn 10 for 20, and then for 30.
Now, Nasrine, if you may tell us what inspired you behind the name Ashana's Foods. What was on your mind at that time?
It was my mother. My mother is Asha. May her soul rest in peace. And she's the one who inspired me. And she's the one who gave me the motivation of loving to cook and loving to serve. So what inspired me to have that Ashanaz is my mother. And my mother shares the name after my daughter. I've given her the same name. So we both, she loves to cook cake, she loves to bake cake, she loves to make ice creams, and I love to do the main parts, the main dishes. So my mother inspired me to have that name, and may her soul rest in peace. Inspiration came from my mother and my daughter. So that's why I called it Asha, my mom, and Naz, short name for Nasrine.
What do your customers like to eat most? What do they order?
My customers love my samosas. Yes, my customers love my samosas, beef samosas. My customers love my vegetable samosas. My customers like my mahamris. Yes, that's for breakfast. Yes, and for main dishes, They really enjoy greens, rice with mincemeat, rice with meat, roti, naan, and the chutney and the pickle and the salad. How it is served, it matters a lot. So they enjoy the main dish, and for breakfast they enjoy the samosas and the sandwiches. I've been doing this for 13 good years. The challenges I go through, basically I go through financial challenges sometimes, and mostly I go through the challenges with the governmental licenses. Yes, those are the challenges I go through. When you go to the license office and you want some license, they tell you there's no printing paper. So you come back after 2 weeks. So when you go after 2 weeks, there's nothing printed. So in the span of like a health license is supposed to be for 6 months. So in the span of 6 months, I'll have visited the place for like 4 months wanting my health license, which I know I can use the other copy. But you know, with the city council, they want real copies. They want to see real copies. So those are the challenges that I face, to go to the offices and get the papers, and instead of getting them at the right time, at the right span of time, I get them at the wrong span of time. Like this time, my health license expired without me being given my health license. So I kept on going for like 3 months continuously, no printing paper, and those are the challenges I face. My customers, I got 1 or 2, yes, 1 or 2 who tell me, probably 1 or 2 who try to get a bit difficult, sorry to say so. Yes, so actually I have never gotten any challenges with my customers, because I know how to fill it up. If there's a challenge and probably she doesn't like too much sugar on the mahamris, and probably she felt like there was too much sugar on it, so next time I prepare, I will put less for her and I will fill up for her, so she gets to enjoy it. So I don't, yeah, so she gets excited. So I don't think I get any complaints. Nobody has complained about my food.
And how do you treat your customers or your clients?
They are the most important people. My customers are the ones who feed me. My customers are the ones who care about my well-being. My customers are the ones who bring water onto my table. So my customers are so valid that I cannot, and I would never want to mess with my customers' feelings or with the type of food that I prepare. I do it according to how my customer wants it. So there is no space and time to mess with my customer. I don't give a space and a chance. And that's why sometimes I say, sometimes working alone is the best, because you get to see what mistakes you've done. Because if you're working with a group of people, somebody will make some mistake in cutting the onion, and you cut it this way, and the customer will not like the way the onion has been sliced. So you would know the mistake, who has made it. So I prefer doing it by myself. But with time, I know Allah is going to give me 2 or 3 people too. Yes.
You talked about your challenges, and how do you overcome them?
Overcoming my challenges, Allahu Akbar, it's just Him that I've mentioned. Yes, and I pray a lot, and overcoming my challenges, I have to go out there and see example, like I've got a challenge in getting this cake mixer. So I have to find ways on how to get it. Maybe Rukia has it, or maybe some Mustafa's wife has it. So I have to see on how to get it. Yes, so challenges have to be there in life. We were not born to be happy, neither sad. So we have to go with a rhythm and a day at a time. Yes.
And what keeps you going despite everything?
My grandchildren right now. My grandchildren, yes, and my daughter. And yes, nobody else keeps on going, and my customers probably are the ones who keep me moving. I have nobody else that I would mention that keeps me moving. Only Allah, my grandchildren, and my daughter. So my typical day is talking to a lot of different customers. I talk to supermarkets, I talk to bank managers, I talk to building owners, I talk to customers who own businesses. So basically it's a typical busy day from morning until 4 o'clock. Yes.
And how do you balance your work with family? How much time do you give them?
My family is always here, like today, you've seen.
Yeah.
So from Monday to Friday, Monday to Thursday, I give my customers their time. Friday I take an off. It's my day to go to the masjid. And Saturday and Sunday is for my family. Yes, but Saturday, if I have a customer who needs an order, we can work half day and I can prepare the order for them. But I try not to do work on Saturday. Yes, I plan it during the week.
It doesn't matter how many offers you get?
Yes, if it depends with the offers I get. If it's a one offer, I prefer to not to work with that one offer, but to give an option. Like probably I can make it for them and bring it during the week and probably charge less because they wanted it on Saturday, and probably give a little bit of toppings. So I don't think it's a challenge, yes, for me. Yes.
Now your advice to women. There are women out there who have given up, right? On life, they think like nothing is possible. So what's your advice to women out there?
Ladies, never give up out there. Let me tell you, life is not a bed of roses, and it shall never be a bed of roses. So you have to pull up your socks, pull down your dress, put the headscarf on, take God's name, and follow your dream. No matter what. There are so many challenges. People come, they say, oh, you can't make it, you'll be held, you'll be kanjo, the city council will get you. Please don't listen to anybody. Listen to yourself, because nobody's going to be in there with you doing it. They're all going to come later when you've made it. Yes, so you better do it yourself and never give up, ladies. It's a challenge out here. Yes, never ever give up. Run for it. Run for your dream, ladies. And prayers is the most important thing. Before you go and do anything, please put God first, because He's the one who has created us. He's the one who has made us. He's the one who has given the ability for me to cook. And if He didn't put that in my mind, then I don't think God would be able to. I would be able to do anything. So without God, believe you me, you can't even cook. You can't even raise your hand in the pot. So believe in God, believe in yourself, and you'll make it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Inshallah, because I can't wait to see how delicious your food is. Can I have a bite?
Please do. And please, this goes with this.
Oh, so this is samosa and this is chutney.
Yes.
Wow.
Just the normal one that I did. This is potato.
Perfect.
I don't know if the salt is okay.
Everything is perfect. You can also have a bite.
Oh, my.
So nice.
Oh, I'm
this is so good. Ni vile niposema hapo awali kuwa chakula chake ukikionja utakula paka vidole. Kwa hivyo ukioda siku nyingine utahadhari vidole vyako. Kwa sababu Nasrine ndio mpishi wetu wa leo, mwanamke ngangari. Hataki kujua vikwazo vyovyote. Yeye lengo lake ni kushughulikia na kukuza familia yake kupitia kupika chakula kwa wateja wake na kuuza pale nje. Penzi mtazamaji, umesikia kutoka kwa Nasrine, ametupatia advice nzuri sana. Kitu muhimu kumweka Mungu mbele. Mimi nimekuwa wako Rukia Muhammad, na mwanamke wetu wa mahiri leo alikuwa ni Nasrine Jackson. Hadi juma lijalo inshallah, maasalam.